Well, hey there, once again, Wildcat fans. Welcome back to another LC Women's Soccer Show. I'm Brad Welburn. Glad to be joined by, once again, Sam Etherington. And welcome once again, Victory Hair.
2.0.
Victory Hair 2.0, like you said. Congratulations, first of all, on the win last week. We'll get into that in a second. As Lady Wildcats, just like the men, traveling to ETBU and Letourneau this week for their last two conference road matches of the season, and we'll talk all about that. But let's ruminate on the win last week. A big one, non-conference, but hey, any win is a good win for sure. And 1-0 win over Centenary. So I guess talk about that game a little bit. The offensive chances were kind of slim, but you took advantage, and then the defense played outstanding. Haley was great. Just talk about the game in general.
Yeah, we actually had a goal that involved more than one player, so that was good. It was a build-up, and other people got involved in the attack, and that's the microphone on the ground. We played really hard, but it was difficult because in the second half we kind of relaxed and did kind of what we did in the last game. We kind of sit back and more worried about not letting in a goal as opposed to getting in the second goal. Right. So we sat back, kind of let the attack come to us and give me anxiety again. I don't handle the anxiety very well, but Haley, like you said, was great, and she's been great all week.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like you said, the second goal would have been, huge, didn't come, but for me at least, I felt like the defense, especially the back line and Haley for sure. I mean, they allowed a few shots to get through, but Haley was there. But then for the most part, I mean, it seemed like they were getting in the way and kicking the ball out and making life difficult for Centenary to not let them get those shots inside the 18 that can be more dangerous.
Yeah, and with defense, is not so much as a scramble as it was in the beginning of the season. They're very specific as to who steps to the ball, who's covering. So there's a lot more strategy behind with defense, as opposed to let's just throw everyone back and hope we can clear it. It's a lot better to watch, I think, from a viewer's perspective. You have a different view to me, but at least when I'm watching video, I think it's a lot better than what we witnessed at the beginning of the year.
Then moving on to Saturday's match against Seoul Ross, and we talked about it last week. You were concerned or had a game plan against their top striker there, and you were going to mark her from the front and the back. And so tell me how that worked. I mean, she got a few shots off, but she wasn't able to get any goal. Yeah,
they played a completely different way that they'd played all season. I'd watched some film, and I think they thought, we're playing Louisiana College, we'll try something new, because this is a chance to do it. And they put her on the right, and then Caitlin shut her down, so then they put her on the left, so we sent Caitlin over to the left, and they kept shutting her down, and then eventually going in the second half, I told the centre-backs, I think he's going to put her in the middle because she hasn't had much chance. Being the mystic that I am, corrected it. And she was in the middle, and we shut her down as well. And we didn't so much have to mark her front to back. We just did a good job of putting one centre-back on her and having the other one dropped off. And yeah, she had some shots off, but there were shots that, Haley was more than comfortable than saving with. And,
I mean, we'll talk about in a second, her award that she got this week. But talk about, I mean, when you go in 0-0 at the end of regulation and, this is your third overtime or extra time game of the season, you get through the first 10 minutes and then it just, was it the heat? Was it the length of play? I mean, because they got the goal and it seemed like there was a preventable kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think we talked about previously, like it's whoever blinks first, and it was one player that kind of blinked, and it was a knock-on effect, and those things happen. People are going to slip up. It's just about hoping it's your team that doesn't slip up first, and it just so happened it was. And on paper they probably deserved to win. They had just more shots, more everything, but when that happens, you're just hoping your team grinds through it, and we grinded through for that long, and still bitter about it, just because it was like it's so close, so close to getting like such a massive point against a team that's done really well this year, and then it was almost snatched last minute. But I mean, playing midday and playing that long, and there's just so many things that the girls did well to be able to make it to that point. It just sucks that it got took out of our hands at the last minute.
That's got to make it a little bit more frustrating, knowing that they played so well for so long, and then it happens at every level of soccer. It just just didn't go your way that day.
Yeah, exactly.
One good, really good thing was that we talked about Haley, how well she played last week against Centenary with the clean sheet, and then against Seoul Ross on Saturday. Co-defensive player of the week for the conference. Very exciting. I know for you, especially for her, because of the injuries that kept her out all last year, and now she, missed a couple of matches early this year. Now to come back and to kind of progress to where she is now.
Yeah, I mean, Haley's had a tough time the last couple of years with surgery complications and having to sit out a sophomore year because of it, and no one wanted to be on the field more than Haley last year. And Petition should have been just Defensive Player of the Week. I don't know why she's sharing it, but I'm greedy. But yeah, it was nice to finally get recognised. I mean, I think the week where we played McMurray, I was a little bit annoyed that Ashland didn't get a shout out at all, and I'm like, really? Like, I like to think that when the underdogs start to do well, that we start to get recognised, as opposed to just people who win all the time getting the same awards. I mean, they're expected to do well. But it was great for Haley. I think it boosts her confidence, it boosts the team's confidence to realise that Louisiana College does get the recognition, and hopefully it can push her onto this week with 2 big games.
Speaking of ETBU and Letourneau this week, ETBU kind of playing a little bit better than maybe some expected coming into the year. You have them on Thursday. What can you tell us about that?
ETBU have done very well this year. I think 3 years ago we were all in a similar spot. I was actually just talking to one of the coaches this week. Ozarks, ETBU, Louisiana College were all those teams that tended to struggle a little bit, and they've managed to just be on the up and up, and they got a good point against UT Tyler. So they're coming into this game with a lot of confidence, and I don't know if they've already made it to conference, but they're looking like they're going to make it. So I think we could be the final, push for them to get that spot. So it's going to be a competitive game because, like Claudie said, it's not mathematically impossible to still make it a conference for us, and we've got some favourable games, games that we can compete in. So yeah, they've got a strong offensive line, but we're going to try and counteract them and hit their back line and see what we can do. Yep.
And then the match against Letourneau, that's more of an even kind of playing field between you and the Yellow Jackets.
It seems like that based on results and conference and stuff. So we're hoping we can sneak a win there. I think based off the last couple of weeks, our team has gained a lot of confidence. So they're not so much like they were at the beginning of the year, like, oh, this is who we're playing. It's like we're going out then, we're like, yeah, we're going to beat this team. So confidence is high. We're hoping we can take that into 2 road trips. We've already won 1 road game, so we know we can win on the road. It's just about prepping the girls and putting them in the right position to do it.
So just like the guys, you can follow the links and things on the website. We'll have that all posted for you. And Sam, wanted to really spend a couple seconds here as well for next week, because you guys have something special planned for the Ozarks game. So why don't you tell everybody what's kind of going on there?
So we will be doing a kick-out cancer game. We've been selling T-shirts. It's kind of just it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so it's to bring awareness to that. And there's a family that the athletic department sponsor, the Knoll family, and we will be putting some of the proceeds towards them and helping them out. One of the kids in that family has muscular dystrophy, and his mom has cancer for like the 6th time, I believe. So we'll be using the money we earn from that game, because we'll be doing a sideline auction. So if anyone has donations, send them my way. But yeah, we're looking for donations from across campus, from other teams. We'll be donating not old, but like gear that we haven't used. We've got hoodies and T-shirts and jerseys. We've got a donation from businesses around the community. So we're going to auction that off, try and raise some money, and hopefully win a couple of games on with Kick Out Cancer. And it's senior day on the Sunday, so it's going to be prolonged on the Saturday, sorry. So it's going to be prolonged for the whole weekend, and hope that we can make some money, get some wins, and have a good time.
And so you can find all that information on our website as well. We'll be posting that, and so you can know exactly how you can get involved and get the shirts and all that sort of stuff. So be sure to check it out. Sam, always a pleasure. Thanks for
you.
joining us again this week. Be sure to follow them on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and all the social media platforms. For me, I'm Brad Welburn. For Sam, we'll see you next time. See you in a Brit.